Hey guys, 10 Print Run here. How's it going? Happy Independence Day again to all of my friends, family, and 330 million Americans who enjoy this wonderful country, best country in the history of mankind. Just a quick recap. Just finished the Staley 5K. It's kind of a staple for me. It's the very first road race I ever ran as an adult was the Staley Firecracker 4-mile run on July 4th, and it's my Runnerversary. I've been a steady runner, steady-ish, if you wanted to call it that, for the last 7 years. So this is my Runnerversary. It's my thing, and I got to enjoy it. So I want to open this video by saying I cherish every step. Running, being able to run, to wake up in the morning and just go run a 5K, 10K, or whatever, or train for a half marathon or a marathon or even an ultra marathon. It's an absolute gift from God, and I cherish that. And running has made me a better person. I think it's made me a better friend. It's helped me emotionally and physically and mentally. So running is an absolute gift, and I cherished every aspect of that today. Celebrating my 7-year Runnerversary. But I wanted to open with that because I don't want to come across as a douchebag runner. But I'll tell you what, they changed the Staley race this year, and I think I can figure out why. It was always a 4-mile and an 8-mile run. You could pick either one, and this year it was a 2-mile and a 5K, and I get it. It entices more people, I would imagine, to come run a 2-mile or a 5K as opposed to a 4 and an 8-mile, because those distances, can be daunting to some folks, and I get that. But when I think about the change, I'm like, well, all right, let's do the 5K. It's still my Runnerversary, and I'm excited about that. But what I struggled with today was a few things, and this has nothing to do with running. This has nothing to do with my running family, who were all there, and we had a great time and running people in, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But it was the race itself that was the disappointing part. Let's start with the beginning of the race. So it is July 4th, the celebration of the birth of our nation, the greatest country in the history of mankind. And we didn't do the national anthem. It totally floored me. So, starting off the run, I'm just thinking, I'm like, what was that? It's July 4th. Did we forget why we're here? Why we can wake up in the morning, just get in our car, and go do something as a group, regardless of ability, ethnicity, religious belief, political belief. It doesn't matter. We get to do that because of this country. There are some countries where you can't do that. There are countries where if you're female, you can't do that. Or if you're not part of this particular group, or you don't run fast enough, you can't do. There are countries that really do that, and here you don't. And they didn't even do the national freaking anthem. Oh my gosh. Francis Scott Key will be rolling over in his grave. So that was my first problem. Again, excited to run with my running family. We did have a blast. We joked. We were a little obnoxious on the course, but that's us. We sang at the halfway point. So that was my first problem. No national anthem. The second problem is, they were pretty good about announcing, what's coming up prior to the race. In 20 minutes we're going to start, in 10 minutes we're going to start, and here's the start line, it's over there. It was only chip timed at the end of the race, so everybody had the same exact start time, which was it's not always a favorite of mine, because depending on how far back in the pack, you can be off a few seconds and things like that, so your watch will never line up to your chip time. But that's a minor thing. But the other problem I had is, we got up there, we walked over to the start line, and we're just sitting there talking, and we're waiting for some type of announcement saying, hey, we're about to start, or we're a minute away, or runners take your mark, or anything like that. and we're just sitting there BSing, or standing there BSing, and making sure our shoes are tied and everything else. And then all of a sudden, the horn goes off. We're supposed to be running. I'm like, shoot, we didn't know it was coming. All of us were like, oh crap, we got to run, got to go. So that was my second kind of beef with it. I mean, it's an organizational thing. The Staley Run is a staple indicator, and it just felt off, So that was my second thing. So again, I don't want to come across as a douchebag runner because I cherish this gift, but there are people that paid $30 to run this thing, including me. You want to keep people excited and engaged. I mean, I don't know, but whatever. That was my second thing. So let's talk about the run itself. Now, because I'm training for the Howl at the Moon Ultra Marathon in August, and then the Bank of America Chicago Marathon in October, to which I'm running on behalf of Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation. It's a foundation to help find cures for childhood cancer. Link in the description below. Please donate. Please think about that. I'm not out for subscribers. I'm not out for likes, but I am out to help raise money for this great charity. So keep that in mind. But here we go. So let's talk about the course now. I'm treating all these races and runs for Olivia because I'm running for Team Olivia this year, and so every race I run, every practice run, every park run it's a training run for those two big races that I have this year. I'm getting older. I can't do 4 marathons in a year, so I'm just gonna try to cram a couple back to back in Q3, Q4. But the course, now I get it. Make it a 5K and a 2 mile, and that way you'll entice more people to want to run it, which is a good thing. So when I started running, I'm like, well, this is a little bit of a rough course. It didn't feel like it was a runner friendly type course. It really was horribly hilly. The hills were sudden. And they didn't roll. The old Staley course had hills on it, but it had a nice rolling effect to it, to where you could have a little bit of recovery time in between them. But the hills were, we started off almost straight downhill, a half a mile, and you burn a lot of energy. I don't know if you guys know this, but you burn a lot of energy when you're running downhill, because if you don't land the right way, your body tries to break itself. So you spend a lot of energy just almost, stopping with every step instead of running with every step. So that was the first thing that really, bothered me, is like downhill a half a mile. I was like, all right. Then we ran across a chunk of the shoreline route, which is kind of cool, over to Route 36, or under the bridge where we turned. And I'm like, okay, this is fine, because I know this route. And then we ran back up the Nelson Hill, and then back up another hill, and then another hill to another little turnaround before we could close out the course. And then, of course, the half mile back uphill to Overlook Park. Oh, you don't know that? Overlook Park, Decatur, Illinois. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so I really struggled with the organization of the course versus why they made it a 5K. Because make it a 5K, more people will want to run it. It'll entice more people to want to get healthy and get out there and run on the 4th of July and make it special. You don't sing the national anthem, you don't do a good job of starting the race, and then you've got a junk course that really isn't designed to be a race course. It's a training course. Like, if I'm doing hill workouts, that's what I'm doing. I would run that course like tomorrow to do a good training run. That's what I would do. So that's where I'm struggling, because why make it enticing to people and then potentially turn a lot of new runners off with a course that's that brutal, especially when it's 90 degrees outside? So that's my third thing. It was a great training course, and again, like I said, my running family's awesome. We had a really good time, but I really struggled with the way the course was laid out. I really think it could have been done differently. And again, I'm not trying to be critical. These are just my opinions. I'm not trying to be a douchebag runner, but I really think of it, hell, not even halfway through the run, I was thinking of it from the perspective of a new 5K-er, right, or a new 2-mile runner, and what they'd have to do, and how they would feel at the end. So those are my 3 big beefs with the Staley Run this year. So the final part of it, the thing that I really loved about it, is once we finished the race, and I enjoyed the finish, and my whole, bunch of my running family was there, and a lot of learn to runners still out there running, so that was always awesome. I saw so many of them out on the course. But I guess the next big thing is, for a brief moment, it felt like 2013 again. And what do I mean by that? Well, in 2013, I was really in my prime running, and I'm trying to get that back this year. Olivia, God bless you for watching over me and helping me this year. She's really helping me with that. But I will say that at the end of the race, when and a big shout out to Lori, we just kicked it into gear like we used to back in the old days, where we just start running people in. We'd run down a 1/10 of a mile or whatever, and run the last 1/10 of a mile with people out there to get them to light that match and use whatever fuel they had left in their tank to finish the race. And it just felt so good. And that's what inspired me to make this video, was because some of these folks are Learn to Run graduates, and they want to keep running, and you don't want a race to turn a runner off. You want a race to be challenging, right? You want it, whether it be distance or difficulty, right? But you don't want a race to not feel like it's a runner-friendly race, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I mean, and with it being July 4th, sorry, it's sprinkling outside. With it being July 4th and 85, 90 degrees outside and sunny. Well, now it's raining. Well, it's a sunny indicator anyway. That's kind of what I'm talking about. It's got to be organized to be runner friendly. So thank you, Lori, for being the awesome person you are. And we got to go and run people in, and it was so awesome. And so many people finished strong, and so many learner runners out there. I love that. Thank you for that. Thank you for my running family for being so great as always. But just my opinion, Staley, you got to work on that race. It was rough. I think it could have been organized a little bit better. And don't forget why the race is there. It's a 4th of July race in celebration of the birth of our nation. Sing the damn national anthem. This is 10 Print Run. I do have, one more thing. One of my next videos, I will be reviewing my Palm, my Verizon companion phone. So, I got this a few months ago. I've been trying it out. I bought it specifically for running. I'm going to tell you all about it, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and a little hardware review, because I'm behind on my technology reviews. I've been doing too much running stuff, but anyway, yeah. So link in the description below on Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation. Thank you to Team Olivia. Follow them on Twitter, #Team Olivia, Facebook. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you really want to. I don't care either way. I just want you to donate to Alex's Lemonade Stand. So anyway, talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye.